There's some remarkable things to notice about generative AI. When I was first learning AI in 1997, I stopped my professor one day, who was a top AI thinker, and I said to him, could we embed AI in a virtual environment as an agent? And he turned around and he said, no, that's preposterous. And since then, I've been thinking about how achievable or how that might play out from a UX perspective. These days, it's not a huge idea. It's pretty straightforward, so there's no innovation there. But what I'd like to talk about is what you can notice from generative AI. The part that my professor didn't see was the fun part. Now, generative AI and ChatGPT in particular, who I think is a market leader in this area, at least they're showing their interaction patterns are much more progressive than, say, Google Bard at time of filming. So generative AI makes it feel like not work. And that's a really important thing. What do? They do fun. I would recommend a book to you called Funology, but I won't because it costs about $175. Normally it should be about $20 or $30. And it's been like that since I've been teaching emotion design for over 15 years. Every time I look, the book is still really expensive. And the reason is because funology, or being able to bring fun to your design, is a really, really important thing. So that's the first thing to notice is make it fun. Look at how ChatGPT works. Even when you give feedback, when you give negative feedback, it automatically generates an alternative response, which sometimes is better. And it even asks you, was this better? So it's acting more like a customer service agent, like a real person. It's got manners. It's been socialized. They've tried to remove bias. They've tried to remove harm and tried to remove discrimination. And it's not racist. It won't help you make a bomb or bring down the government. So it's been trained in the same way that an employee wouldn't help you do those things or treat you in that way. The second aspect of this fun nature, right, doesn't feel like work, right? You go to Microsoft Office, you go to even Google search, feels like work. You're typing in, you're having to look, you're having to click on links. Microsoft Office before AI is it's just like a canvas that requires you to output. That's work, typing and thinking and typing. And so we've moved into this new paradigm with AI, which is not typing and thinking necessarily, but playing, making an offer. It's more like improvisation or improv, where you make an offer, you say, hey, tell me about this, or write this for me. Or it's really great at writing customer service complaint letters, by the way, if you have like a bad airline experience like I had. They're really good, at least for an American context. They might not work in other situations, as colleagues told me. So the fun aspect of it is critical. The second one is, in this not feeling like work, is collaboration. And you can lean on not only funology, which comes from emotion design, but also collaborative UIs and the concept of sociability, which is a really, really important concept of how social interaction occurs. Now we're seeing sociability and collaboration, as well as fun, as default to the UX paradigm that generative AI, at least ChatGPT, is using. So we can start using that in our own designs. We can make our own designs, and if they have AI, great, right? So they should be relevant, first of all, but make it fun, make it collaborative, make it helpful, take the work off. We're just constantly logging in, filling in forms, searching, comparing. It took me 5 to 10 minutes just to search for a photo on my desktop. And generative AI could have done that in seconds, looked at all my files and pulled up the images of whatever that object was I was trying to remember. So take the work off the user, that's one of the UX principles, but we've made a terrible job of it in UX. Everything is, work for the user. In other words, stress, strain, friction. And we're trying to make it easy to use, but easy to use is important. Fun is actually one vehicle to do that. So you can look at gamification as a way to do that. You can look at fun, funology. Pleasurability is another concept in emotion design. And you can look at collaborative UIs and apply those same models to your work. Thanks for tuning in. See you soon.